In this video, you will learn about inequalities in triangles. The first theorem states that if two sides of a triangle are not congruent, then the larger angle is opposite the longer side. So I could say that the largest angle is across from the longest side, which we can see here. Here is my large angle, here is the large side. And similarly, if two angles are not congruent, then the longer side is opposite the larger angle. So the longer side is across from the larger angle. So here is my large side, and here is the long angle right across from it. Now we can generalize this to say that the largest side and the largest angle are across from each other. So the largest side and the largest angle are across from each other. The medium side and the medium angle are across from each other. And the smallest side and the smallest angle are also across from each other, which will allow us to make different conclusions about how the sides and angles are related to each other. Now in this example, I'm given the picture. However, in the first triangle, I'm missing an angle. We know all angles in a triangle adds 180. So if I say x plus 45 plus 75 should equal 180, I can find that, okay, x plus 45 is going to give us the 45 and 75 become 120 equals 180. So I get x is equal to 60. So my missing angle is 60. Now I'm going to proceed in the same order. However, now carefully listing them in order from shortest to longest. I can start by identifying. So my largest angle is 75. So the largest side is straight across. The medium angle is 60. So the medium side is straight across. And the smallest side is 45. So the small angle is straight across. And now if I want to list these in order from short to largest, my shortest side is MN. Then the medium side is ON. And the largest side is MO. For the next example, I'm now going to again begin by identifying. So my largest side is 5.8, so the largest angle is straight across. The medium side is 4.3, so the medium side is straight across, or the medium angle is right across. And the smallest side is 2.7, so the smallest side is straight across, the smallest angle is straight across. Now if I want to list these in order from small to large, I have my small angle, which is angle M. And then I have my medium angle, which is angle L. And my large angle, which is angle K. So in this example, it says in triangle RGY, RG is 14, GY is 12, and RY is 20. List the angles from smallest to largest. So if I draw triangle RGY and I label RG is 14, GY is 12, and RY is 20. I first want to identify, okay, here is the largest side. So the largest angle is straight across from it. Then my medium side is 14. So the medium angle of Y is right across from it. And then lastly, my smallest side is 12. So the smallest angle is right across from it is R. So I can list, if I want to list the angles from largest to smallest, I first have the largest angle, which is angle G. Then I need the medium angle, which is angle Y. And then lastly, I need the smallest angle, which is angle R. Now in this example, if triangle ABC is given that angle A is 35, B is 60, and C is 95, list the sides from largest to smallest. So I'm going to start by drawing my triangle. I'll label it as A, B, and C. Given that angle A is 35, angle B is 60, and angle C is 95. Now if I identify my angles, so the largest angle is the 95, so the largest side is straight across. The medium side, or the medium angle, is 60, so the medium side is straight across. And the smallest side is 35, or the smallest angle is 35, so the smallest side is straight across. So if I want to list these from largest to smallest, I'm going to start by listing my large side, which is going to be AB. Then I need my medium side, which would be AC. And then I finally need my small side, which would be CV. Now the next property says that the lengths of three segments must be related in a certain way to form a triangle. What we can see from looking at this example is the 3, 3, and 5 make a triangle. However, 2, 2, and 6 do not make a triangle. The reason being that only one of the sets of triangles forms a triangle because the two smallest lengths must be greater than the greatest length. So for example, if I do 3 plus 3 should be greater than 5, I get 6 is greater than 5, so it works. However, my other example, if I do 2 plus 2 should be greater than 6, I get 4 is greater than 6, which is not true, so it does not form a triangle. Now, technically speaking, we have to check all three relationships as listed here. However, we can intuitively make our lives easier by just checking that the sum of the two smallest is greater than the largest side. So for example, in A, I need to know that 2 plus 2 should be greater than 4, because 4 is my largest side. Now I get 4 is greater than 4. However, the issue is that 4 is not greater than 4. This is not true, so this is not a triangle. In the other example, the largest side is 15, so I need to check, okay, does 8 plus 12 greater than 15? So this gives me 20 is greater than 15, so it works. So this is a triangle. Now the next question asks us to determine what are the possible lengths of FH. Given that we have triangle FG has a length of 9, PH has a length of 17, we don't know what FH is, so I'm going to call it X. So the side lengths are 9, 17, and X. The issue is we need to check all three combinations because we don't know which is the smallest and the largest side. So I'm basically going to write 3 inequalities filling in these blanks. So are the two sides greater than thirds? This is the first, the second, and the third spot. So the first one, I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to put 9, 17, and x in order. So I'll say, is 9 plus 17 greater than x? Then for the next one, I'm going to say the first and the last one should be greater than 17. So is 9 plus x greater than 17? And my last one, I'm going to say, are the last two greater than the first one? So is 17 plus x greater than 9? Now I have to solve all these like I would a regular inequality. So the first one I can just combine like terms, so I get 26 is greater than x. And the next one I would subtract 9 from both sides because we solve it just like an equation. So I get x is greater than 8. And then my last one, I subtract 17 from both sides, so I get x is greater than negative 8. Now I want to rewrite this as a compound inequality, so I have the range of values. Now looking at the numbers, I want to fill them in. However, one of these numbers isn't going to work. What we see is we have a small number of 26, another number of 8, and then another number of negative 8. But what we know from geometry is that we can never have a negative side length, so I can get rid of the negative 8. Now the smaller of my two answers is going to go in the first blank. So the smaller of the two is 8. And then the larger of the two answers is going to go in the other blank, which is 26. So my answer is the length of FH is 8 is less than x is less than 26. You could also rewrite this with FH. So you could say 8 is less than FH is less than 26 if you wanted to use the FH instead of the x. In my final example, I'm again determining the possible lengths of the third side. So my side lengths are 14 and 18. I'm going to call the last side x. I'm filling into the inequalities. This is my first, second, and third spot. So the first one, I'm going to keep everything in order. So I have the first, the second, and third number. So I can say 14 plus 18 is greater than x. Then I want to check, is the first and the x greater than the middle number? So 14 plus x is greater than 18. And then the last one I'm checking is the sum of the second two greater than the third. So I'm checking all three combinations. So 18 plus x greater than 14. Now if I solve these, 14 and 8 combines to be 32 is greater than x. To solve the next one, I would subtract 14 from both sides. So I get x is greater than 4. And then the last one, I would subtract 18 from both sides. So I get x is greater than negative 4. Now if I want to rewrite this as an inequality, I can fill in my numbers. We automatically know that negative 4 is not a possibility because I can't have a negative side length. So my smaller of the sides 4 fills in the first blank. And the larger of my sides 32 fills in the second blank. So my answer is 4 is less than x is less than 32, which I can say is the range describing the possible values.